The Secret of God's Abundance in You. Written by Justice O. Malcolm. Published by Audiobooks Office. Introduction. Do you ever feel like you are lacking something in your life? Is there a void that needs to be filled? Well, let me tell you something. God's abundance is already within you. Yes, you read that right. Deep inside, you possess an infinite well of resources waiting to be tapped into. In this audiobook, we will explore the nature of God's abundance and how you can embrace it fully. For more information about the ebook version of this audio, visit audiobooksoffice.com. We notice that 85% of you who listen to our video are not yet subscribed to the channel. Please help support the channel by hitting the subscribe button and like the video. Thanks for inspiring us to create more content for you. Get ready to unlock the power that lies within you. Lesson 1. Recognizing God's provision. When you truly open your eyes and heart, you will recognize the undeniable presence of God's provision in your life. It may not always be in the form you expect, but it's there, guiding you and providing for you in ways you can't even begin to comprehend. Sometimes it may come in the form of a timely phone call from a friend, offering words of encouragement just when you need it most. Other times it may be a job opportunity that seems to come out of nowhere, providing for your needs and enabling you to support yourself and your loved ones. God's provision isn't limited to material things. It extends far beyond that. It encompasses the peace that surpasses all understanding, which fills your heart even in the midst of trials and tribulations. It's the strength and courage that rise up within you when you face challenges that seem insurmountable. It's the love and support of those around you who come alongside you in times of need. Recognizing God's provision requires a shift in perspective. It means letting go of our preconceived notions of how things should be and opening ourselves up to the infinite possibilities that God has in store for us. It means trusting that God knows what's best for us and will provide for us in ways that we can't even imagine. Lesson 2. Trusting in God's faithfulness. To truly experience the nature of God's abundance in your life, it's essential to trust in His unwavering faithfulness. Trust is the foundation upon which our relationship with God is built. It's through trust that we open ourselves up to receiving His blessings and abundance. When we trust in God's faithfulness, we let go of our worries and fears, knowing that He has a perfect plan for our lives. To trust in God's faithfulness means believing that He is always with us, guiding and protecting us. It means surrendering our desires and dreams to Him, knowing that He knows what's best for us. It means having faith that even in the midst of trials and challenges, God is working for our good. When we trust in God's faithfulness, we are able to let go of control and fully rely on Him. We no longer need to strive and struggle to make things happen on our own. Instead, we can rest in the knowledge that God is in control and will provide for all of our needs. Trusting in God's faithfulness also means being patient and waiting for His perfect timing. It entails realizing that His ways and thoughts are higher than ours. It means having faith that He will bring about His promises in our lives, even if it takes longer than we expect. Lesson 3. Tapping into God's infinite resources. You can tap into God's infinite resources by aligning your heart and mind with His abundance. God's abundance isn't limited by time, space, or circumstances. It's always available to you, waiting for you to tap into it and receive the blessings that He has in store for you. To tap into God's infinite resources, you must first believe that He desires to bless you abundantly. Trust in His goodness and His faithfulness to provide for your every need. Let go of any doubts or fears that may be holding you back from fully experiencing His abundance. Next, align your heart and mind with God's abundance by cultivating an attitude of gratitude. Recognize and appreciate the blessings that you already have in your life. When you focus on gratitude, you open yourself up to receiving even more blessings from God. Prayer is another powerful tool for tapping into God's infinite resources. Take time each day to pray and seek God's guidance. Ask Him to show you the path that leads to His abundance and to provide for your needs. Believe that He will answer your prayers in His own time and in the best way possible for you. Finally, take action and step out in faith. God's abundance isn't meant to be hoarded, but to be shared. Look for opportunities to bless others and to be a conduit of God's abundance. When you give freely, you create space for more blessings to flow into your life. Lesson 4. Embracing a mindset of abundance. Embracing a mindset of abundance allows for the unlimited flow of God's blessings in your life. It means shifting your perspective from scarcity to abundance, from lack to plenty. When you adopt a mindset of abundance, you open yourself up to the vast possibilities and opportunities that exist in the world. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, you begin to appreciate and be grateful for what you do have. You understand that abundance isn't only about material possessions, but also about love, joy, peace, and fulfillment. You recognize that the universe is abundant and that there's more than enough for everyone. Embracing a mindset of abundance also means believing in your own worthiness and deservingness of God's blessings. You understand that you are a beloved child of God and that you are deserving of all the good that life has to offer. This mindset allows you to receive and accept the blessings that come your way with gratitude and grace. As you embrace a mindset of abundance, you attract more abundance into your life. Your ideas and convictions shape your reality, and believing in abundance attracts it. You become a magnet for blessings, opportunities, and miracles. In the next section, we will explore the importance of letting go of the scarcity mentality. By releasing any thoughts or beliefs of lack, you create space for abundance to flow freely in your life. Letting go of the scarcity mentality is a powerful step towards experiencing the fullness of God's abundance in your life. Lesson 5. Letting go of the scarcity mentality. Shifting your mindset from scarcity to abundance allows for the fullness of God's blessings to flow into your life. Letting go of the scarcity mentality is a powerful step towards experiencing the abundance that God intends for you. The scarcity mindset is rooted in fear, doubt, and a belief that there isn't enough to go around. It keeps you stuck in a cycle of lack, preventing you from fully receiving the abundance that's available to you. To let go of the scarcity mentality, you must first recognize its presence in your life. Pay attention to your thoughts and beliefs about money, opportunities, and resources. Are you constantly worrying about not having enough? Do you feel jealous or resentful when others succeed? These are signs of a scarcity mindset. Once you are aware of this mindset, you can begin to shift it. Replace thoughts of scarcity with thoughts of abundance. Instead of focusing on what you don't have, express gratitude for what you do have. Trust that God is a generous provider and that there's more than enough for everyone. Letting go of the scarcity mentality also requires letting go of comparison. Understand that your journey is unique and that comparing yourself to others only leads to feelings of lack and inadequacy. Instead, celebrate the successes of others and trust that your own blessings are on the way. As you release the scarcity mentality, you open yourself up to receive the abundance that God desires for you. Embrace the truth that you are worthy of abundance and that it's your birthright. Believe in the infinite possibilities that await you and take inspired action to bring your desires to fruition. Lesson 6. Seeking God's Kingdom of Abundance. To fully experience the abundance of God's blessings, it's essential to align yourself with His kingdom of abundance. It isn't enough to simply desire God's blessings. You must actively seek His kingdom and make it a priority in your life. Seeking God's kingdom of abundance means placing God at the center of your life and allowing His will to guide your actions and decisions. When you seek God's kingdom, you are acknowledging that He is the source of all abundance. You are recognizing that true abundance comes from having a deep and meaningful relationship with Him. It's through this relationship that you will find the peace, joy, and fulfillment that your heart desires. Seeking God's kingdom of abundance requires a shift in mindset. It means letting go of the scarcity mentality that says there isn't enough to go around. Instead, it's embracing the belief that God's blessings are limitless and that He wants to pour out His abundance upon you. To seek God's kingdom of abundance, you must also be willing to surrender control and trust in His divine plan. It can be challenging to let go of your own agenda and submit to His will, but it's in this surrender that you will find true freedom and abundance. As you align yourself with God's kingdom of abundance, you will begin to see His blessings pour into every area of your life. You will experience an overflow of love, provision, and opportunities. Your relationships will flourish, your finances will increase, and your purpose will become clear. Lesson 7. Experiencing God's overflowing blessings. You can experience God's overflowing blessings in your life. God's abundance isn't limited to material possessions or worldly success. It goes much deeper than that. It's a spiritual, emotional, and relational richness that can transform every aspect of your existence. When you open your heart to receive God's blessings, you allow His love and grace to flow into your life. You begin to experience a deep sense of peace, joy, and contentment that surpasses all understanding. You become aware of the countless blessings that surround you every day. The beauty of nature, the love of family and friends, the opportunities for growth and learning. Experiencing God's overflowing blessings requires a shift in perspective. It requires you to let go of the mindset of scarcity and embrace the mindset of abundance. Instead of focusing on what you lack, consider what you have. Cultivate a grateful and appreciative attitude toward the blessings that are already present in your life. As you do this, you will begin to see the abundance that God has poured out upon you. But it doesn't stop there. God's overflowing blessings are meant to be shared with others. As you experience the richness of God's love and grace, you are called to be a channel of His blessings to those around you. By extending kindness, generosity, and compassion, you become a vessel through which God's abundance flows into the lives of others. In the next section, we will explore the concept of receiving God's abundant grace and how it can transform your life even further. Lesson 8. Receiving God's abundant grace. As you open your heart to receive God's abundant grace, you will be transformed by the overflowing blessings that flow into your life. God's grace is a gift that's freely given, and when you embrace it with all your being, it has the power to bring about miraculous changes in your life. Receiving God's abundant grace requires an openness and willingness to let go of the burdens and limitations that weigh you down. It's about surrendering control and trusting in God's infinite wisdom and love. When you allow God's grace to fill your heart, it becomes a wellspring of peace, joy, and love that radiates outward, touching the lives of those around you. In receiving God's abundant grace, you are acknowledging your need for divine intervention and acknowledging that you can't do it all on your own. It's in this humility that you open yourself up to the transformative power of God's grace. It's a humbling experience to realize that you aren't in control and that you need God's guidance and support. Through the reception of God's abundant grace, you will find strength in times of weakness, hope in times of despair, and healing in times of pain. It's a continuous process of growth and renewal as you allow God's grace to work in and through you. As you continue to receive God's abundant grace, you will begin to discover the abundance of God's love that's ever present in your life. This love is unconditional, unwavering, and all-encompassing. It's a love that knows no bounds and can never be exhausted. Open your heart and receive God's abundant grace, and you will experience the depth and breadth of God's love like never before. Lesson 9. Discovering the abundance of God's love. Continuously embracing God's abundant grace allows you to uncover the boundless depth of His love in your life. His love isn't limited by time or circumstance. It's a love that surpasses all understanding, a love that's unconditional and unfailing. When you open your heart to God's love, you begin to see the world through a different lens. His love transforms your perspective, allowing you to see the beauty and goodness that surrounds you. It's a love that brings healing and restoration to your soul. God's love isn't based on your performance or worthiness. It's a love that's freely given, without reservation or hesitation. It's a love that knows no boundaries and embraces you just as you are. In His love, you find acceptance, forgiveness, and peace. As you discover the abundance of God's love, you realize that it isn't meant to be kept to yourself. It's a love that's meant to be shared with others. It's a love that compels you to extend kindness, compassion, and grace to those around you. In the depths of His love, you find strength and courage to face life's challenges. His love empowers you to overcome obstacles and persevere in the face of adversity. It's a love that gives you hope and fills your heart with joy. Take a moment to reflect on the abundance of God's love in your life. Allow His love to wash over you and fill you with a deep sense of gratitude and awe. Embrace His love and let it guide you in every aspect of your life. For in His love, you will find true abundance and fulfillment. Lesson 10. Living a life of abundant joy. Experiencing the overflowing joy of God's abundance in your life is a transformative and liberating experience. It's a state of being where happiness and contentment flow effortlessly from within, regardless of the circumstances that may surround you. This abundant joy isn't dependent on external factors such as wealth or success, but rather it stems from a deep connection to the divine source of all creation. Living a life of abundant joy requires a shift in perspective. It means choosing to focus on the blessings and miracles that are present in your life, rather than dwelling on what's lacking. It's about finding gratitude in the smallest of things and embracing each moment with a sense of awe and wonder. When you open yourself up to the abundant joy that God has to offer, you will find that it permeates every aspect of your being, bringing forth peace, love, and a profound sense of purpose. Embracing this abundant joy doesn't mean that you will never face challenges or hardships. However, it does mean that you will approach these obstacles with a different mindset. You'll view them as opportunities for growth and learning, trusting that God's abundance will guide you through every storm. You will find strength in the knowledge that joy isn't fleeting, but rather a constant companion that can sustain you through the darkest of times. As you cultivate a spirit of generosity and open yourself up to the flow of abundance, you will discover that joy multiplies when it's shared. By extending a helping hand to others and spreading kindness, you create a ripple effect that touches the lives of those around you. In the next section, we will explore the profound impact that cultivating a spirit of generosity can have in your life. Lesson 11. Cultivating a spirit of generosity. To cultivate a spirit of generosity, you must actively seek opportunities to share your abundance with others. It isn't enough to simply possess an abundance. You must also be willing to give it away. When you cultivate a spirit of generosity, you open yourself up to the true nature of God's abundance within you. Generosity isn't limited to material possessions. It extends beyond the tangible and encompasses your time, energy, and love. It's a mindset, a way of being that allows you to give freely and without expectation. When you approach life with a generous heart, you create a ripple effect of positivity and abundance in the lives of those around you. To cultivate a spirit of generosity, start by becoming aware of the abundance within you. Recognize the blessings in your life, both big and small. Gratitude is the foundation of generosity, as it allows you to see the abundance that already exists. From this place of gratitude, you can then seek opportunities to share your abundance with others. Look for ways to be of service to those in need. It could be as simple as offering a listening ear to a friend in distress or volunteering your time at a local charity. Remember that generosity does not have to be grandiose. Even the most insignificant acts of kindness can have a significant impact. As you cultivate a spirit of generosity, you will begin to experience the true nature of God's abundance within you. You will find that the more you give, the more you receive. The act of giving becomes a source of joy and fulfillment as you witness the positive impact it has on others and on your own life. Lesson 12. The Hidden Treasures of God's Abundance. Uncover the untapped wealth within you through the hidden treasures of God's abundance. Within each one of us lies a wellspring of blessings and abundance that we often overlook. We go through life seeking external sources of wealth and success, unaware of the immense riches that reside within us. God's abundance isn't limited to material possessions. It encompasses a vast array of gifts and talents that are waiting to be discovered. The hidden treasures of God's abundance aren't revealed through a quick fix or a simple formula. It requires a journey of self-discovery, a deep dive into the depths of your soul. Take the time to reflect on your passions, your dreams, and your unique abilities. What brings you joy? What ignites a fire within you? These are the clues that will lead you to the hidden treasures of God's abundance. As you embark on this journey, remember that abundance isn't just about acquiring more. It's about living a life of purpose and fulfillment. It's about using your gifts and talents to make a positive impact on the world around you. When you tap into the hidden treasures of God's abundance, you become a channel through which blessings flow to others. Do not be afraid to explore the depths of your being. Embrace your uniqueness and let go of any limiting beliefs that hold you back. Trust in the abundance that God has placed within you. As you shine your light, you inspire others to do the same, creating a ripple effect of blessings and abundance. Uncovering the hidden treasures of God's abundance is a lifelong journey. Perseverance, patience, and a willingness to step outside of your comfort zone are required. But as you uncover these treasures, you will experience a deep sense of fulfillment and purpose. You will realize that true wealth lies not in what you have, but in who you become. Lesson 13. Abundant opportunities for growth and success. As you continue on your journey of uncovering the hidden treasures of God's abundance, you will find abundant opportunities for growth and success within yourself. Each day presents new possibilities for you to expand your horizons, develop your skills, and achieve your dreams. These opportunities may come in the form of challenges, setbacks, or even unexpected blessings. Embrace them all, for they are stepping stones towards your personal and spiritual growth. In the pursuit of growth and success, it's essential to cultivate a mindset of abundance. Believe that there's always enough for everyone, including yourself. Trust in the divine plan that has been mapped out for you, knowing that every experience, good or bad, is an opportunity for growth. Accept challenges as opportunities to learn, adapt, and grow. As you seize these opportunities for growth, remember to align your desires with God's will. Surrender your ego and allow the divine guidance to lead you towards your purpose. Trust that God's plans for you are far greater than what you can imagine. Seek His wisdom in every decision you make and have faith that He will guide you towards the path of true success. In this journey of uncovering the abundant opportunities for growth and success within yourself, remember to approach each situation with gratitude and humility. Be willing to learn from others and to step outside of your comfort zone. Embrace the challenges that come your way, knowing that they hold the potential to shape you into the person you are meant to become. As you continue on this path, you will find that the abundant opportunities for growth and success aren't just external, but they lie within your own being. Embrace them, nurture them, and watch as your life unfolds in magnificent ways, aligning your desires with God's will. Lesson 14. Aligning your desires with God's will. When aligning your desires with God's will, you must have trust in His divine guidance and surrender your ego. It can be tempting to hold onto our own plans and desires, believing that we know what's best for ourselves. However, true alignment with God's will requires us to let go of our own limited perspectives and surrender to His infinite wisdom. Trusting in God's guidance means acknowledging that He has a greater plan for our lives, one that goes beyond our own understanding. It means believing that He knows what's truly best for us, even if it may not align with our immediate desires. This trust requires patience and faith, knowing that God's timing and ways are perfect. Surrendering our ego is an essential step in aligning our desires with God's will. Our ego often leads us to chase after worldly achievements, seeking validation and success. But when we surrender our ego, we humbly acknowledge that our desires may not always align with God's plan. We let go of our need for control and instead open ourselves up to the abundance that God wants to bring into our lives. Aligning our desires with God's will isn't always easy. It requires introspection and self-reflection to understand the motivations behind our desires. It means seeking God's guidance through prayer and meditation, inviting Him into our decision-making process. When we align our desires with God's will, we open ourselves up to a life that's filled with purpose, joy, and abundance. Trust in His divine guidance, surrender your ego, and watch as His blessings unfold in your life. Lesson 15. Sowing seeds of abundance. To cultivate abundance in your life, start by sowing seeds of intention and gratitude. Just as a farmer carefully plants seeds in fertile soil, you have the power to plant the seeds of abundance in your own life. Intention is the driving force that sets your desires into motion. It's the deliberate act of aligning your thoughts, beliefs, and actions with the abundance you wish to attract. By setting clear intentions and affirming them daily, you create a powerful energy that magnetizes abundance towards you. Gratitude, on the other hand, is like nourishment for the seeds of abundance. It's the act of acknowledging and appreciating the blessings and abundance that already exist in your life. You open yourself up to receiving even more blessings when you cultivate a grateful mindset. Gratitude shifts your attention from what you lack to what you have, allowing more abundance to enter. Remember that sowing seeds of abundance is a continuous process. It is a continuous process that necessitates consistent effort and faith. You must tend to your intentions and gratitude on a daily basis, just as a farmer does to their crops. Take time each day to visualize your desires, feel the emotions of already having them, and express gratitude for the abundance that's already present in your life. As you sow these seeds of intention and gratitude, trust that the universe will support you in manifesting your desires. Have faith that the seeds you plant will grow into a bountiful harvest. Trust that the abundance you seek is already within you, waiting to be manifested in the physical realm. Lesson 16. The role of gratitude in God's abundance. Cultivating a mindset of gratitude plays a vital role in experiencing God's abundance in your life. When you approach life with a heart filled with gratitude, you open yourself up to receiving the blessings that God has in store for you. Gratitude enables you to recognize and appreciate the abundance that surrounds you, even in the most mundane of circumstances. When you express gratitude, you shift your focus from what you lack to what you have. It's easy to get caught up in the cycle of wanting more and constantly striving for success or material possessions. But true abundance isn't measured by what you have, but by how grateful you are for what you already possess. By acknowledging and giving thanks for the blessings in your life, you attract more of God's goodness into your existence. Gratitude also transforms your perspective on challenges and hardships. Instead of dwelling on the negative aspects of a situation, gratitude helps you find the silver lining, the lessons, and the opportunities for growth. It allows you to see setbacks as stepping stones towards a better future, and it empowers you to persevere with a positive attitude. In cultivating gratitude, you create a ripple effect in your life. Not only do you attract more abundance in various forms, but you also inspire those around you to adopt a mindset of gratitude. Your appreciation for life's blessings becomes contagious, spreading positivity and joy wherever you go. As we move into the subsequent section about abundance in health and well-being, gratitude isn't only essential for experiencing material abundance, but also for nurturing your physical and emotional well-being. Lesson 17. Abundance in health and well-being. As you cultivate gratitude, you not only attract abundance in various forms, but also nurture your physical and emotional well-being. Our bodies are designed to be in a state of balance and harmony, and when we embrace an attitude of gratitude, we align ourselves with the natural flow of abundance in health and well-being. Gratitude has the power to transform our perception of ourselves and our bodies. Instead of focusing on what may be lacking or imperfect, gratitude allows us to appreciate and celebrate the incredible intricacies of our physical being. It shifts our focus from self-criticism to self-love, and in doing so, we open ourselves up to receiving the abundant blessings of health and well-being. When we are grateful for our bodies, we are more likely to take care of them. We nourish ourselves with wholesome foods, engage in regular exercise, and prioritize rest and relaxation. Gratitude motivates us to pay attention to the needs of our bodies and to treat them with kindness and respect. As a result, our physical health improves, and we feel more vital and energetic. But abundance in health and well-being extends beyond the physical. Our emotional well-being is equally important. Gratitude enables us to cultivate a positive attitude and appreciate the beauty and joy that surrounds us. It helps us navigate through challenges with resilience and grace, and it strengthens our relationships and connections with others. When we are grateful, we radiate positivity, and that positivity attracts even more abundance into our lives. Lesson 18. God's abundant resources for every need. You have access to an abundance of resources provided by God to meet every need. When you find yourself facing challenges or feeling overwhelmed, remember that God's abundant resources are available to you. These resources aren't limited to material possessions or financial wealth, but encompass a wide range of provisions that can meet your physical, emotional, and spiritual needs. First and foremost, God's abundant resources include His unconditional love and grace. No matter what you are going through, you can always rely on God's love to sustain you and give you the strength to persevere. His grace is sufficient to carry you through any situation, offering forgiveness, healing, and restoration. Furthermore, God provides wisdom and guidance through His Word, the Bible. In its pages, you can find answers to life's questions and guidance for making decisions. When you seek God's wisdom, He promises to provide it abundantly, helping you navigate through the complexities of life. God also provides the gift of community. He places people in your life who can offer support, encouragement, and assistance. Whether it's through friendships, family, or a faith community, God uses others to be His hands and feet, meeting your needs in tangible ways. Lastly, God's abundant resources include His supernatural power. He's able to do exceedingly and abundantly more than you can ask or imagine. Remember that the power of God is made perfect in your weakness when you feel weak or powerless. He can perform miracles, provide breakthroughs, and bring about transformation in your life. Lesson 19. Sharing God's abundance with others. To fully embody the nature of God's abundance in you, it's important to generously share His blessings with others. When you recognize that everything you have comes from God, it becomes clear that sharing isn't only a responsibility, but also a privilege. Just as God has abundantly provided for you, He wants you to be a channel through which His abundance flows to others. Sharing God's abundance with others isn't limited to material possessions. It goes beyond that. It encompasses sharing your time, your talents, your love, and your compassion. It means extending a helping hand to those in need, being a listening ear to those who are hurting, and offering words of encouragement to those who are discouraged. It means being a source of light in a world that can sometimes feel dark and lonely. When you share God's abundance with others, you not only bless them, but also experience a deep sense of fulfillment and joy. It's in giving that you truly receive. As you freely give, you create a ripple effect of love and kindness that can touch the lives of countless others. Your generosity becomes a testament to God's goodness and a reflection of His love. In the depths of your being, you hold an abundance that's beyond measure. God's provision is boundless, His faithfulness unwavering. Tap into the infinite resources that reside within you and embrace a mindset of abundance. Let go of the scarcity mentality and cultivate gratitude for all that you have. In doing so, you will experience a profound sense of well-being and discover that there's more than enough to share with others. Embrace the truth of God's abundant nature and live a life of abundance. Thanks for listening to or reading this from Audiobooks Office.